SeaTracker's Blood, Part 2, Chapter 1. In an almost perfect world, where despair had previously been ignorance, rains have befallen since then, and trees were broken down to pieces. Who will rebuild it all? A new entrance to the world of the Bahamas. Sarah has come across after all these years of past trauma and her mother, who was most dear to her. A close, nearly focused look at her picture of her and her mother, smiling as if nothing were ever to happen to her. A photo where Sarah's mother held her arms so tightly, as though she knew that would be the last photo to have ever been taken between the two of them. Sarah, who wasn't fond of tropical places, had gone there to overcome and change perceptions of the world around her. Somewhere far could help, she thought. On the plane, someone sitting next to her saw her tears falling down to her jeans, a relatively lighter shade of blue, and a white shirt with a smiley emoji on it. The elderly woman next to her spoke to her with words of reassurance. "Darling, whatever you are going through, it is temporary, and you will find that smile you are wearing right now." Sarah smiled. "Thank you. I didn't expect to predict anything of what people would consider sorrowful and traumatic life experiences. Sometimes a tear can be the closest I can get to my deceased mother." The elderly woman, full of tears, hugged Sarah, telling her that sometimes holding on to hope is the best thing to do in these situations. The food service arrived and Sarah was asleep. The elderly woman placed her food and drinks near Sarah so that as she awoke, she would find her food in front of her in case she hadn't eaten anything in the past hours before getting on the plane. Sarah woke up and thanked the elderly, compassionate lady for what she was doing for her. They exchanged numbers. Then, as the plane approached landing, something occurred. The plane was affected by the strong weather that had appeared out of nowhere. It was strong, rainy, and stormy, with winds that could break a heavy tree. Although the location was the Bahamas, the plane crashed into an island. Everyone started screaming and begging the pilot to do something. Sarah tried to wake the elderly woman. When she did awaken, she couldn't breathe properly, telling Sarah that she suffered from asthma. Crying and sweating profusely, Sarah refused to allow her to die. The elderly woman's last words were, "Save yourself, sweetheart. My life would have ended anyway. I can't wait to meet your mother." Sarah ran and took the exit, looking back in tears at what had happened to the precious elderly woman who felt like family to her. Once outside, she inflated her life jacket. Some people with children were in jeopardy, and yet Sarah couldn't leave first. Before inflating her life jacket fully, she helped the family go first and assisted them along the way. The sounds of rain and lightning were terrifying, yet Sarah survived.